Here we go. Happy Monday night, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. It is our team call, and as always, I appreciate your time, those of you that made it a priority to come on live, and also those of you that take the time later to catch the replay. I hope you brought pen and paper and you're ready with an open mind and an open heart to take something away, because we can always take something away, right? Really quick housekeeping. I wanted to thank all of you who were involved with the Team Spirit competition last month in November, and let you know that Holly put a video in the Fit Force Team Spirit group to sort of conclude that competition. I think we ranked like 153, something like that, but way to go. Good job. Housekeeping. Super Saturdays are coming up, you guys. So January 7th is right around the corner. Christmas is coming, so we are all distracted by the holidays. Don't forget, that is our big quarterly corporate live event. You need to host one, even if it's you and a coach, you and your dog, or you go to one even if it's 2,000 people. You know, there's all kinds of Super Saturdays. I want you to attend one, and I want to hear about it. I want you to bring coaches. I want you to bring business prospects. Also, the health bet is coming up, and if you don't know what that is, make sure you FAQ that, or you ask in your respective team page so that your ducks are in a row, because you should all be very actively inviting to the health bet right now. And then finally, before we dive into the meat of the call, because it is almost a new year, and Lindsay can attest to this, Kristen, and I think Adele, the 12-week year. I just want to recommend this PD book for you guys. A lot of the leaders on my team kind of did an end of the year push with it, and I can tell you it did wonders for my business. I essentially built my husband's business center to a diamond rank in 3 days because of that book. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more during the heart of the team call. But if you're someone who takes personal development seriously, as we should, and you're someone who does personal development and applies it to your life and to your business, I highly recommend that you do the 12-week year, this audio book or the written book, going into quarter one of January 2017. It basically takes the idea that when we think we have 12 months, we feel like we have forever to hit our goals, when really time goes by like this. And it basically time warps your goals, and it gets you really setting 90-day goals. And there's some practical ways to block your time out and to become a really efficient machine at basically getting your year-long goals done in 3 months. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to finish the PD book I'm reading right now, which is You're Badass. And then I'm going to do 12-week year, because I don't want to not have that kind of gasoline on my fire at the beginning of the business quarter, the beginning of the year. So I just want to invite you to write that down and maybe do that with me. And maybe when is Lindsay still on? Yeah. Maybe Lindsay can offer her 2 cents about that book, or Kristen, or someone who did that with me. Adele, Kristen, you guys at the end. Okay, that was all just housekeeping. Let's go ahead and dive into the call. I want to talk to you guys about what it takes to hit rank goals. And hi, Dana. Hi, Georgia. Georgia's in the house. And I'm glad Dana hopped on, because I was actually going to use her as an example tonight. I'm going to talk to you guys about what it takes to hit rank goals. And then I want to talk to you and sort of redefine via a new acronym for us, a 4-step process. And then I want to follow up this team call later with another, like a sequel that talks about, okay, so if we're going to talk about what it takes to hit rank goals, I really want to have a sequel that talks about what it takes to hit income goals. Because there's really different ways to strategize how to make $400 extra a month, or how to make $1,000 extra a month. And I was actually doing the math today, and how many challenge pack sales, and how much team cycle bonus would it take, and but what if you are getting Success Club leads? How do you factor that in? And coming up with some formulas for you so that you can actually reverse engineer what it does take to make $400 extra a month. Because I think a lot of us set a goal like that, but we don't really know what it actually takes to get there. And this business does take a lot of hustle. If you've been in it for a while, which just scanning my eyes across the screen, most of you have been in it for a while. Dana's still pretty new. Michelle's still pretty new. The rest of you have kind of been in it for a while. And do you ever feel like, wow, what did I get myself into? This is not, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know exactly that the business was going to be like this. It is a lot of work. And more and more, I like to just be real and let people know that, even though most of it is so fun, it is hard work. Okay. So let's first talk about the kind of 3 key stepping stones. And if this is rudimentary to you, so if, like Lexi is listening and she's like, gosh, this is like coaching 101. I didn't really need to be on the team call tonight. First of all, I will try to give value to some of you veteran coaches, but also this is the kind of call that you guys need to make sure your new coaches are on. Kristen, you need to make sure your team is on, So the 3 biggest stepping stones in the business as far as rank goes are Emerald, Diamond, and 2-star. They're all pretty pivotal, and they all kind of change the game. And so first I want to talk about Emerald rank. And Kara Churchill has been asking me actually for quite some time to do a call about spousal enrollment. And this isn't really going to be about spousal enrollment, but I'm going to touch on it right now. I truly believe that you guys should be able to get to Emerald rank in a day. And I don't mean like that's everyone's situation, but I mean the way I see it now, from where I sit now, I think that most of you should be able, as new self-employed business owners, should be able to get yourself to that first pivotal rank overnight. And I know that might sound like a strong statement, but it's what I've really come to believe about most people. And of course, I don't want to make an overgeneralization, but let me break it down and tell you why I think most people can. If you have a spouse or a domestic partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, enroll that person. And when I look back, and I was thinking back on my new coaches the last couple years, with almost without exception, they've all done this coming out of my new coach training. Almost without exception. There's a couple of exceptions, but pretty much everyone has enrolled their spouse or partner, or boyfriend, girlfriend. Even if it was a pretty major financial leap, as it was for me when I signed up my husband as a new coach. So then let's assume that you're able to do that. You don't have to order a whole nother order of Shakeology. You want them to be active. So what's going to benefit your business the most? Because they can be an active coach with the 3 boosts. They can be an active coach with a 3-day refresh on Home Direct. And Adele was just talking about 3-day refresh. Man, you guys, I've been killing my workouts, but man, my nutrition, I'm like, I need to 9-day refresh right now. And I actually do, or I'm in Rocky Road. I don't know, Kristen was like talking about fudge or something. And anyway, 3-day refresh, you guys, I order that through one of my accounts on Home Direct. And it's enough PV to keep one of my business centers active. And you know what? I have never had that backlog, because I either use it, or I can't tell you how many people want that thing now. They're like, I want it now. Who in this area has a 3-day refresh? And like, I just got one the other day, and it's sold because somebody wants it. So the other one is the performance line. You guys, performance stack through your spouse, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. And then what I did, because we didn't have those products back then. We didn't have when I signed up Yon, we didn't have the performance line. We didn't have the 3-day refresh. We didn't have the 3 boosts. So I ordered another thing of packets, and I used it to fuel my business by selling and giving away packets. I used my order to drink so that I was a legit proof that the product worked. But then where was I going to get samples? So I got them in a rotating order of flavors through my husband. Okay. I think there are some other ways you can get 50 PV, but let's move on. Let's assume you haven't been able to enroll a spouse or a husband or a boyfriend. Then you just need to find one friend or sister or mother or dad. You just need to find one person that cares about either their health or you. One person, you guys. One. And even if they don't care that much about their health and they just kind of care about you, one friend, one good friend. You say, could you help me? I'm starting my own business. Would you be willing to help me hit the first rank would you help me for 3 months? Or maybe depending on your relationship with them, I've got to let an animal in. Would you help me for 6 months? For 6 months, can I count on you to just help me start this business? I'm gonna need you to order this product and pay for it once a month. And it's not like you're asking them to order garbage. You're asking them to order something that's going to make their life better. One friend. Okay, so that's the lenses I would like for you guys to put on. So if you're not Emerald yet, I'm not like coming down on you, like shame on you. You should have done it sooner. No, not at all. If you're not Emerald yet, I want you to put on new lenses. If you have a partner, sign them up. If not, you need 2 friends. You need 2 friends or a mom and a friend. And just ask them to partner with you in helping you get to this first stepping stone. Emerald is a big freaking deal because it totally changes the comp plan. And to be quite honest, you guys, the majority of my income comes from Team Cycle Bonus. It comes from this other layer of comp plan. It doesn't come from sales, not mine. We all have we all have different strengths. So if my strengths were like sales, I probably would have a large commission. But my strength is more in recruiting, retaining, mentoring, and so my main income. And so I think you guys are many of you are more like or a lot like me. But anyway, you can't even open that door without Emerald. You cannot get customer leads. You cannot get Success Club leads. You cannot Team Cycle Bonus without having Emerald rank. Just make sure I didn't forget anything there. Dana hopped on. Dana, Missy, Jen Ayers, just taking that leap of faith and signing up the spouse and getting going. So we do talk about, we do encourage you to enroll spouse or partner on week leg. So let us know, let me know, let your upline know if you need help with placement. And there is a little bit of minutia before you rank advanced to Emerald. It's almost as easy as signing up 2 coaches, but you do need to make sure you have a bio written on your Team Beachbody account and a profile picture and a before picture, and you need to be a club member. Does anyone know why, or can anyone guess why it's important that you have that minutia in place? Bio, picture, club membership. Kristen.
Because when you hit Success Club 5, you get customers sent to you by the company, and they're gonna look you up, yo, and they want to know who's their coach. And if you got nothing, they just might be like, I don't need to talk to them.
Exactly. They want you to look like a real person if they're sending customers to you. And Kristen touched on if you hit Success Club 5. So if you hit Success Club 5, you get customer leads. They're not shabby. They're not bad. But if you hit Success Club 10, you get Success Club leads. And there is a slight difference in quality. Success Club leads, you get the instant commission for that Thursday in the pay period. And they tend to be Shakeology orders, Ultimate Reset orders. And so they tend to be a better quality order. Customer leads might just be a free player membership, or they bought Body Beast and you don't get the commission right away. You get them as a customer. But sometimes I like those leads better. I mean, they're just not better, but they're connected to you for life, and they haven't bought anything yet, but they cared enough about our products to, yeah, Linz.
Just kind of an off-topic story, though. One time I had a customer lead, and I reached out to her, and she's like, oh, I meant to sign up with my friend, and then she was gone.
You can get
replacement leads.
You can get a replacement on those.
But I was excited someone actually got back to me, because a lot of them never ever respond.
Oh.
But she's like, oh, I meant to sign up with my friend. And so, no.
You shouldn't have reached out.
She even ordered Core de Force, like a digital version too. And so I was so excited.
That's awful. That's so horrible.
But yeah, so I need to, I haven't looked in, but I know you can replacement leads. So, but yeah.
I don't hear back from too many. I don't hear back from too many of them, but the ones I do have tended to be good. I mean, right? Like, honestly, Adele, like, how big of a deal is Adele? We wouldn't have Adele if it weren't for customer leads, because I got Nick. And Nick's cool. Nick and Andrea are cool, and they have cool people. And just, can you imagine if I didn't follow up with that customer lead, you guys? Holy cow. I would have missed the boat on Felder and Adele and Holly and that whole crew. Okay, so let's talk about the next level up, the diamond rank. Who can tell me what, it's 7:20, just checking the time. What does it take to be diamond? Anyone? Lindsay, go.
Well, you 4 active coaches on each leg, so 8 total, and 1 on each side also has to be emerald, an active emerald. So.
And then what about PV?
100? No.
Yeah.
It's 100. Yeah.
It's 100. So when you hit diamond rank, if the only order you have going through your store is an order of Shakeology, it's 90 PV, and you have no customer orders, which would be unlikely, but it's possible, especially if you're me, because I convert all of my customers into coaches. It's possible that you only have 90 PV. You need to order something else to hit diamond, something little. Also, what it means when you hit diamond is that your cycle bonus jumps from 14 to 18. I skipped Ruby because I don't think Ruby is a very significant rank, you guys. I don't think it's significant. I don't think it's a waste of your energy to focus on hitting Ruby. So you'll be jumping from $14 a cycle to $18 a cycle, which doesn't sound like a big deal. And it really isn't a huge deal at the beginning. But I wanted to talk to you guys about if you build a diamond rank on just primarily discount coaches, which is pretty normal. I mean, I just got Jans to diamond, and it's for the most part. I've got a builder in there, and I've got my son in there who is a builder. Because I will be building it. When a diamond center is pretty much just discount coaches, the cycle bonus is pretty sparse. So like they're maybe making $18 a week, maybe $36 a week. Hi, Tammy. All the way up to, I mean, we have I can't see everyone's cycle bonus. Like, I don't have a clue what Lindsay makes because she's not my personally sponsor, but I get 10% of the cycle bonus of my personally sponsored coaches. So I know what they make in cycle bonus. And I can just tell you there's some diamonds that make like $500 a week in cycle bonus. And then there's some diamonds that make 18 a week. So that's a pretty big difference, because about 500 a week is $2,000 a month just in their cycle bonus. Now I have to know if those people are hitting Success Club, which they are, some of them, then I know they're also having commission. They're also getting leads. So they're making, I know, at least $2,000 a month in cycle bonus plus something in commission, plus matching bonus from any of their emeralds who are cycle bonusing. Okay. But it could just be as little as $18 to $36 every week. So the difference is volume. So the difference is volume. I know you've probably heard me say it a million times, but volume and money are the exact same thing in our business. Volume is money. The points that are associated with all of our products is volume. And so all the volume that happens in your organization, if you look in your graphical genealogy, every little business center under you, even if they were placed from above you under you, everything under you is your team volume, is your team money. Everything under you is your team money. So when you're diamond and you're cycling at $18 a cycle, that can become really significant. So I actually use Lindsay a lot as an example when I'm working with a new emerald and I'm trying to talk to them about cycle bonus and the power of cycle bonus, because I never could have met her in a million years, ever. Just like I never could have met Adele. She lives in Alturas, California. The town is as small as this eraser. That's where Lindsay lives, right here. And she dramatically changed my income. She dramatically changed my income because she's a massive business builder under a massive business builder, because her upline, Emily, is an awesome business builder. So there's two of them, and they're on my weak leg. So it really changed the game. And so I often tell people that, like, you just need a Lindsay. You just need a Lindsay. And then it'll change your whole pay structure. So
I need a Lindsay.
Yeah, you do. You totally do need a Lindsay. You do.
God.
But the exciting part is, and I'm sorry if you've heard me talk about the Lindsay so much, but the exciting part is, again, it was out of my control. It was no special talent I had. It had nothing to do with me. It's that you don't know the people in your life, who's in their life, who's in their life, who's in their life. You don't know who's going to end up in your team. You don't know. How would I have known that? Georgia, we've got Kansas. Look at us here. Look, we're all over. Now we're Virginia. So, okay, let me get back on track. When you're building to diamond, do talk to your uplines that know about placement, so they can help you strategize where to place as you recruit. So, okay, it took me 86 days to get to diamond when I was a new coach. Part of that was because you guys all know I had a major financial need, so I worked incredibly hard at building the business every day, but also my upline threw down an incentive. And she said, I don't think you guys know this story. I signed up, and she signed up someone else too. I won't say that coach's name, even though they probably will never watch this, but she signed up two people kind of at the same time, me and this other girl. And she was like, the first one to get to diamond, I'm going to take to summit. And I didn't know what summit was, and I didn't care, and I didn't want to go. I did go, but I just wanted to win. That was it. I just wanted to win. So as soon as she said that, first one to diamond gets the ticket to summit. I didn't care about summit. I just wanted to be the first one. So, anyway, I say that because when we talk about getting to that next level rank, you guys, the 2-star diamond, you guys will be at that point creating diamonds. You're a diamond creating diamonds and helping diamonds and incentivizing them and knowing what kinds of things motivate them. For some people, a trip would have motivated them. Like Kristen DeVoe, she's like a travel whore. She's like wants to travel everywhere. I bet I could get her to go on a vacation with me like next weekend, like this. She just wants to go, pack a suitcase. She likes to go places. And so like that, you could probably motivate a coach like that with a trip. Like, I'll take you to Summit. I'll get your Summit ticket if you hit Diamond. Or maybe it's a competitive athlete. Like it was the old athlete in me. Stop teasing me. She chatted. It was the athlete in me. If you have athletes, you guys, they have a competitive spirit that can be a good thing in business. And that's what got me to Rank Advance so quickly. Okay, so then so we're done with Diamond. Now let's talk about 2-star. CJ, why don't you talk about a couple of things? Why don't you say just a little bit about why 2-star is different?
So 2-star is really important for several different reasons. One, you get to partake in the bonus pool. So Beachbody Corporate puts aside a specific percentage of the profit every quarter to bonus 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star. And it's different percentages based on those. And then the bonus is divided among all of the 2-stars in that quarter. Now, it's really important that everyone goes and actually researches 2-star and understands what is the qualification period each quarter, what is needed because you need additional diamonds, etc. And it's important that you research it on your own, because it's just like anything else. If you hear it from Ellen or myself or another coach, but you don't actually read it and do the research yourself, you're going to forget. And I can tell you, I know of at least 5 coaches who literally missed the mark because of one little piece of minutia that they missed in the qualifications. So one of the other things that's really important is you get to open up your second business center. So as you know, you've got one business center. It's called a CBC. Well, when you hit 2-star, you have the ability to open up your second CBC. Now, that's really important because in the event that you have a spouse on one side, you could actually put your second CBC on the other side, and then that guarantees you rank if you build all of the business centers that you have access to. Now, I'm not saying to put it on the opposite side. That is going to be dependent upon what your business looks like at the time that you hit 2-star. So you strategically are able to place that second business center, and it's huge. One of the other things is that your team cycle bonus caps out at each rank. Well, so with 2-star, you go up in cap out amount. And I don't remember that cap out amount at the top of my head, but it goes up significantly. So like at Emerald, you cap out at 250 every week, but then at Diamond, I think it's like 1,000 every week. And then at 2-star, it goes up. So again, these are things that are really, really critically important. So when you think about opening up your second CBC, think about it like this. You have the ability to open up one franchise. Now you have the ability to open up another and use it strategically to build your first, as well as maybe a spouse's account, etc. So it's really, really important.
That was perfect. Yes. And I was going to give a couple of examples. So I signed my spouse up immediately when I became a coach, and I put him on my strong side at the time because I didn't know. I didn't know what I now teach you guys to do. So that was unfortunate in terms of how much money I could have been making over the last 5 years. I didn't know, and it's okay. I've let it go. But okay, but it's important in this for the sake of this conversation. So he's out of the way for the sake of this conversation. So here's my business center. When I opened my second business center, I put it on my weak leg. And I can, like CJ can hear numbers and see numbers. When I talk to Embers can see this numerically, and I can't because I'm like right-brained. But I will tell you that my cycle bonus at the time was about $700 a week, my team cycle bonus. And when I opened my second CBC, and CJ was like, Ellen, get it to Emerald, like now. So I got it to Emerald. Right away. So then my cycle bonus went from $700 a week to $1,400 a week. Like that. It doubled. My income doubled. And I didn't have the triple. It would have tripled. If I would have had Jan over there, Jan on the weak leg, so it would have been me, then Jan on that inside leg, and then the second business center on his inside leg, it would have been triple effect. Now, listen, I also moved my customers into my second business center. And so let's imagine that I had my husband's business center where I teach you guys to do it. Okay, so that you have spouse or partner, and then you have your second CBC. Someday, this is the long haul. You sell an order of Shakeology. You do it through your second business center. Your first business center will still get the Success Club points, by the way. So you sell it through your second CBC. You sell Shakeology for $130. You get $32.50 commission because you get 25% commission. So you get $32. You also, let's pretend those are diamonds. You can pretend they're emeralds, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's pretend they're diamonds because it's not that much dollars and cents different. So then not only did you get $32, but you got plus 18 cycle bonus at your second business center, plus 18 cycle bonus at your husband or wife or girlfriend or partner's business center, plus 18. So one order of Shakeology, and you made 32, 18, 18, 18. How much is that? $86. You made $86 on one order of Shakeology. Pretty much. One order. So it totally changes the schema. Now, yeah, I'll tell you, so when we stop the recording, I'm going to go off the record and talk to you guys about something else, but don't let me forget, Jake. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to tell you about what CJ said about that pool, and I will try to wrap this up in the next 8 minutes. The pool. It depends on how many coaches there are that are at 2-star and 5-star and 10-star and 15-star to get the portion of the bonus. It depends on how many because they take 0.5% of all the earnings of this billion-dollar company in that quarter, and they evenly disseminate it amongst all the 2-stars. And so just to give you sort of like an idea, it's generally been like around $900 for a quarter for the 2-star bonus. And I think that's gone down because I think that's low because there's so many of them now. I think it used to be more than that. And then the 5-star bonus is like $3,200. And then they get added together if you're a 5-star and above. So that would be like $4,200 a quarter. And just so you guys know, what I'm trying to do with that is put the bulk of it into property rentals and stuff for summits and our leadership retreat that we're doing and stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on from 2-stars. We talked about Emerald. I said, get your ass there in 24 hours. Teach your coaches to get their ass there in 24 hours. I didn't get there in 24 hours, but anyway, that's what I want you guys to do. And then Diamond, it's not that hard. I want you to take the power out of it, like demystify it. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. If you can get to Emerald, there is absolutely no reason you can't get to Diamond. And then 2-star is a bigger deal because you have to it can't be just discounty and kind of half-ass people. You've got to have a couple people that really want it and really know how to recruit and build. So 2-star is a bigger deal. Okay. Now, I want you to take notes on this next part. I think it's really important. It's just a little tweak in some verbiage that I've been thinking on and got from Alexis Whalen, who's in my mastermind group. So I was going to say that I got my first CBC to diamond in 86 days. I got my second CBC to diamond in 2 months. And I got my third CBC. Oh, Jan is my third CBC. And now I have my son, Colton. But I got Jan to diamond basically in 3 weeks. But I really did the bulk of it in 3 days. And part of it was because I was reading the 12-week year. And part of it is because of this, what I'm about to tell you, and the fact that I'm consistent, and it's rinse, wash, repeat, redo, redo, redo. You know, CJ did the test with us last week, and I scored really high. I scored really high because I consistently do most of the things that she said, most. And so, okay, I'm sorry this is so long, but this is an important analogy. Okay, so when I was a brand new master trainer, we have what's called a master trainer game plan. And it's literally like an 8-hour, we're lecturing for 8 hours. It's 8 hours of trying to entertain a group of people. And there's a 1 hour workout to break it all up. So we have to cover all this material. You can't leave any holes in it. It's super important. It's a certification. And I was so sickeningly nervous on my first few events. And I literally had my clipboard. I had everything on my clipboard. And I even took the game plan and like retyped it. And I would like walk around. I don't know if you can see me. Okay. I would like walk around the whole training all day like this with my clipboard here. And I would stand like this and I'd look at the clipboard. And I would not let go of that clipboard to save my life. And there was a couple times I like built up a bench with risers and I put it on there, but I wouldn't walk very far away from it. And I was like terrified at the thought of what would happen if I didn't have that game plan. What would happen if I couldn't keep checking to see where am I at and what time is it? Where am I at and what time is it? Where am I at and what time is it? Petrified. Well, 2.5 years later, I can lead a training, particularly PIO because I've done a lot more of them. I don't even need to bring it with me. I don't even need notes. I don't need one note. I can do an 8-hour lecture with not one note because rinse, wash, repeat. I've done it and 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 done it. And now it's easy. It's not only easy now for me to give a PIO 8-hour lecture, but I'm actually funny now. And I'm engaging and I can listen. I can actually listen to people. I can actually listen. I couldn't listen when I was like this, scared out of my mind. I couldn't listen. I couldn't be funny. I couldn't even have a personality. I did not have a personality at all. And now I do. And it's just because I practiced and practiced and I've done it and done it and done it and done it. And so it's easy now for me to talk about Shakeology with passion and believe in it and sound pretty articulate. It's really easy for me to run a challenge group now. It's really pretty easy for me to onboard coaches now. It's really pretty easy for me to talk about the value of Emerald Rank because I've done it and 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 done it. And so I just want you guys to do these next things over and over and over and over. Okay, your acronym is ACIF. And this is stuff you already know. I'm just going to say it differently because sometimes when we hear things differently, it sticks differently in our brain. Add. A is add. So I'm going to just tell you how my life is. So you can not like compare, but I just wanted to give you some like real numbers. I wanted to give you some real numbers from me tonight, okay? I probably have, this is as honest as I can be, 2 to 5 friend requests to me every day on Facebook. 2 to 5, give or take. And I look at them and I accept 1 or 2, maybe 3 of those, and I ignore 1 to 2 to 3 of those because if there's no cover photo, I'm not doing it. If there is nothing on that page and it says the account was, there's no posts, there's no engagement, it was just, it looks like a fake account, I'm not doing it. And if there's anything offensive to me personally on there, which I do see offensive things on there, I'm not doing it. I'm not that desperate for friends on Facebook that I'm going to let someone in my world that's weird or that doesn't even have a cover photo and that has no engagement, no photos of them, or we have no common friends. And just because you have common friends doesn't mean they're not weird, because I've had some like really cool people accept friends and I'm like, oh, so-and-so accepted their friend request. They must be legit. No. Don't use just that your friends are friends with them. That doesn't mean they're good for you to connect with. So if I get like 2 or 3 people that I accept, I also accept 2 to 3 more. So I'm probably growing my Facebook at 5 to 10 new people every day. Some are asking for my friendship and some people I'm chasing. Then on my Snapchat, I don't know, I still suck at Snapchat, you guys. I probably have like 1 new Snap follower a week. I know, it's pathetic. Sorry, Lindsay, you probably have 20 a day. I only get like 1 new Snap follower a week. If I go somewhere, like out, and I see a bunch of people and I do something social, I might get like 7 that night because we're like snapping and then they know. But then I'm not getting a lot of traction there yet. And on Instagram, probably 5 to 10 a day. And that goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And that one's really volatile for me, but it is growing. Okay, so that's what I mean by ad. You like Instagram the best? Yeah, I like it better too. I want you to explain why in just a second, Linz. Okay, so connect. So these are my real numbers. You can try to beat me. You can whatever. I don't care. I'm being truthful with you. I connect to 5 to 30 people a day. It depends on the day, but 5 to 30 people, and that has nothing to do with Beachbody. Well, it does, but I'm not talking about Beachbody. Those are 5 to 30 people that are in my Messenger account. That's why sometimes you guys might message me and I might not respond, because sometimes I have 30 new messages that day that I'm sending, so I just can't see yours. It's not that I don't love you. It's that I'm trying to do this step. I'm connecting with people. Not talking about Beachbody. I'm telling you the truth, 5 to 3 people a day. And then I would say I do the invite thing, 5 to 15 people a day. And I want to tell you, sometimes it's really easy to invite, really, really, really easy, natural, smooth, totally makes sense, super organic because of the connection that was made. And sometimes it feels like, sometimes I have to fire people. I've had to fire like 3 people in my life. And it makes my stomach hurt so bad. And the longer I wait to do it, the more my stomach hurts. That's how inviting can feel to me. It can feel that scary and nauseating. It can feel just like firing someone. Same feeling in my stomach. Or it can feel easy. It just depends on who and why and how and what. But I do that every day. So A is add. Some of that is them adding you. Connect. That should be super easy, you guys, just time consuming. And then the inviting can be really organic or very scary and make your tummy hurt. And then you have to follow up. So that's F. ACIF. It almost made the acronym ACID, but it's ASIF. Okay, listen. Okay, imagine you've written that down. What if you are bad at one of those steps? And I'm totally going to wrap it up, I promise, in 2 minutes. What if you were bad at one step, just one? The whole thing wouldn't work. Your whole system for inviting will not work or won't work for long. So let's say you're bad at A. You're going to dry up. Your well will run dry. So I want to tell you guys how I run my business. I want you to know how I work. I hard right hook once a month, hard, for like 3 to 5 days in a row. And I am not soft pedaling it. I'm like, come to my challenge group, join my team. I'm doing this. I want you. I'm not soft selling. It's a hard right hook, and I do it for 3 to 5 days, and I do it in the middle of the month. Why? Because I start challenge groups at the beginning of the next month. And so that's the time. Every middle of the month, I'm right hooking. And you know what? If I'm doing what I said I'm doing to you guys, there's probably 150 people in my social networks that are seeing it for the first time ever. They've never seen it before from me. They've never seen that. They've never seen it. They've never been invited. So if you're not adding, you're not getting fresh eyes, fresh blood, you're going to die. Your business is going to die. Okay, what if you forget the C phase and you're not connecting? You just go from add to invite to follow up. No, then you're like yucky. No, then you're yucky and they're like, I don't want to be part of Beachbody because those people are pushy. So you're not going to be successful if you skip C, connect. What if you skip invite because you're scared? You're scaredy pants. Like I get scaredy pants too. So if you forget, or if you leave out I, you're just adding people all the time and yay, look at me, look at how many people follow me, look at how many friends I have, but you never get the balls to invite. Like you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Your business is gonna die. What if you never follow up? You do A, you add, you connect, you invite, but you never take the time to follow up. You die. So you get the point. I could go on. That could be a whole team call all by itself, but I want you guys to know I'm doing all of that. I'm probably adding 150 people a month across Insta, Facebook, and Snap, and I wish it was more, and I'm trying to make those numbers bigger. And I'm connecting all the time and reaching out, and I'm inviting, and I'm following up. 1 out of every 10 people that I invite say yes. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. I get 9 no's for every 1 yes. But almost everyone comes back to me when they're ready. Almost everyone comes to me that I reach out to. Almost everyone comes back to me within a year. I was going to give a great analogy to that, but I won't for the sake of time. I just wanted to finish with this because I know you guys and I know your fears, and I have had some of them too, and I don't anymore. And I want to share this with you to give you hope. I used to feel like I know some of you feel, especially those of you that are newer, that aren't rinse, wash, repeating, rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. So it's not getting into a comfortable, easy rhythm. It's harder that way. It's harder when you don't get into a rhythm. You feel like the right hooking is spammy and yucky, and your friends are, and I love what Emily said 2 weeks ago. Emily said when she did her Facebook Live team call, she said, the people that matter won't mind, and the people that mind don't matter. Like that's become my mantra. So listen, we are doing something. So I used to like be afraid to push send or post when I would write like a powerful, strong call to action, right hook. And now I feel great about it. I feel great about it. I feel not, I would feel weird. I would feel weird if I played video games all day. I'd feel weird if I watched TV all day. I'd feel weird if I sat around on social media all day long with not a deeper, higher purpose. But I have a high calling in my life, just like every single one of you. My life is mattering in a real way on this planet. And one of the reasons it's mattering a lot is because of this company. There's other reasons too. We all have a lot going on for us, not just Beachbody. But I matter. What I'm doing has a deep, significant, profound meaning. And that feels good to me. It feels good to me to matter. And if I'm right hooking and people see it, people see that I want them to get in shape, great. I would feel weird if they thought I was just on Facebook all day with no purpose. I have a purpose. There's a reason I'm there all day. And it's because I want to make a difference in the world. And yes, I'm going to use Beachbody's products because they work. And I'll use my classes because my classes work. So I'm going to end on that note. And I wanted to hear Lindsay, just if she doesn't mind, since she's social media queen, if she could explain why she's loving Instagram so much. And then I'll go off the record and I want to talk to you guys about compensation plan. Okay, Lindsay, Insta.
My connection is kind of so. Let me know if it's kind of jumping around. No, I think like Emily has had a lot of success bringing people over. And I did that for a while until they came out with stories. And I like to show a lot of and behind the scenes and stuff that never makes it to my Instagram on my Insta stories. And just, I have a big follower there. I'm over, let's see, 7,543 now on my Instagram. And so I built it up that high. And so I just, that's just I've gotten a lot of new friends, new customers, new coaches even from Instagram. And so, I mean, yeah, Snapchat is great, but I haven't had success in bringing people over. And so I just really do love the behind the scenes, the Insta stories. So, but yeah, so I've just had more success with growing my Instagram. So that's why I like it. But I do like to post the funny, because you can download your Snapchat pictures and then put them on your Insta story or whatever. And so I do that too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can use pictures that you've taken within the last 2 hours and put them in your Insta story.
Oh.
So yeah. So yeah, you can load pictures from whatever, from Snapchat or or just anything you've taken too, and you can post it on your Insta story. Did
you think Insta story helped your following grow?
A little bit, because I do have people comment on stuff that I post, like what I'm watching on TV, or if I just haven't posted anything about my workout, sometimes I'll just post like me mixing up my Energize, or had people ask about it, and so a little behind the scenes of when I did a 3-day refresh. And so I've had people ask about it, and I actually have seen a lot of people do like put workouts on there. They'll do these cool graphics that they've made up and put them on their Insta story, and so it's like a little 10-minute arm workout or something. And so I've been playing around with little graphics that I've made up, and I've seen people say next challenge group starts on this day, and says, oh, you get meal plans and workouts and all these things. And so they kind of describe it, and then a little arrow like send me a message, because people can reply directly to your story. And so I people you see who watches them and who looks at it. And so yeah, I really like, so I if I haven't had a chance to actually sit and post something on Instagram, I'm trying to put on my story, like keep it going and keep it fresh, and just share content. It's not really even content, it's just behind the scenes stuff. And that's what Gary Vee talks about a lot too. Just documenting, if people want to see what you're doing and behind the scenes, get how you hustle. And so that's what I try to do, is even if I haven't posted an official Instagram post in a while, I'm still just posting whatever, showing my awesomely exciting life. So
that's great. I am not doing Insta stories. I suck at that. I need to step it up.
Yeah, I just share anything and everything there. Yeah, you can see who sees it, and people respond to my stuff all the time. Just send me a message, and just want to find like a common area. So I like it a lot.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.